Shalom, Ani Edward. Hello, I'm Edward. Norman Woke, author of the bestseller The King Mutiny, once said, "The bread of freedom is a hard bread." This bread, which he refers to, is known as the matzah bread traditionally taken during the Passover meal. The Pesach, or Passover, is also known as the Feast of Redemption. Its purpose is to recall and to celebrate Israel's deliverance from slavery in Egypt. It is also known as a time of liberation. This Passover meal has been celebrated by Jews for over 3,000 years. This year, it's going to be celebrated on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, which to us will be April 22nd, according to Hebcal.com. An in-depth study of every element of the Passover meal isn't possible, even though it is a good study. But I will summarize the main components here for you. This information is found on JewFac.com. First, there is the opening blessing with wine, which is followed by ceremonial washing of hands. Next, there's a vegetable dipped in salt water. It is blessed and then it is eaten. Then the first matzah bread is broken and a piece is set aside. This is followed by a retelling of the story of Exodus and the first Passover of the Jews. Second, a washing of hands with another blessing is done to prepare for eating the matzah bread. 2 matzah blessings are spoken over the bread and everyone gets to eat a portion of it. A blessing is recited over bitter vegetables and it is eaten. Then a bitter vegetable and the koraset are placed on a matzah bread and they are eaten. The main meal is then enjoyed by everyone, including the sacrificial lamb. This is followed by lengthy prayers and blessings over wine. Then there are songs of praise that are sung, and the meal is concluded with a proclamation and a wish for the next year's celebration to be in Jerusalem. That's all tradition, and every part of that has prophetic parallels for us today. First, there's a change of the calendar for the Jews, signifying a new beginning, which is spoken of in 1 Corinthians 5:17. Exodus 12:1 and 2 give those directions. While the Israelites were still in the land of Egypt, the Lord gave the following instructions to Moses and Aaron. From now on, this month will be the first month of the year for you. Announce it to the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each family must choose a lamb or a young goat for a sacrifice, 1 animal for each household. Exodus 12:5 instructs us that the Passover lamb had to be an unblemished male. This signifies the sinless life of Jesus Christ. The lamb had to be killed, signifying Jesus' death, and the blood had to be applied to the household to signify the redemption by Jesus' blood. So to conclude, Passover has importance because it is the beginning of the Jewish calendar. It symbolizes Jewish freedom from Egypt, and its prophetic fulfillment by Jesus is the bread of life. He is the bread from heaven. Next, I'd like to read an article from author Rick Joyner. It's called "The Sheaf of the First Fruits." In it, he describes the prophetic fulfillment of Jesus of the Passover. As Jesus was entering Jerusalem, Jews all over the city were taking the Passover lambs into their houses in preparation for the feast. During the 5 days when all the people were examining their Passover lambs, the priests, Pharisees, and Sadducees examined Jesus continually, seeking to find any flaw in him, but they could not. Since the Jewish day begins with evening, and Jesus was crucified on the day of preparation for the Passover, at the very time Jesus was dying on the cross, Jews all over the city were putting their knives to their Passover lambs. This is in prophetic fulfillment of the Passover. So this year, the Passover is celebrated on April 22nd. Why not do something new and celebrate your freedom?